What up? We got our first trade recap in a hot minute. I used to film trade recaps for like a solid couple days and then I gave up. But here is how I made 1.8k trading New York session this morning. And so let's get straight into it. Okay. We're gonna go up to a pretty high time frame starting off. I was on the weekly only because we can see right here we have this fat weekly fair value gap, right? So boom, weekly fair value gap. And so I was really looking for us to shoot to the moon. So I was really bearish for basically the week, essentially, right? I just wanted to see us shoot to the moon. But I had a level right here. These were all from low volume nodes. I'll go back to my hourly thing so you can kind of see that. I had this volume range profile from like a while back, from like this low to like this high. And so I just had these ranges, and right here is where I started. Let me zoom in a little bit. These low volume nodes I would like mark like for value gaps, and I would just put these lines at my high volume nodes, the ones that I wanted to pay attention to, and see if they aligned up with any levels, if we did tap any of those, which we did in fact tap one, which I think this was a Trump news tweet or something like that. But we can see this wick comes and taps this one, super strong reaction. So therefore, ever since we tapped that, I'm like, okay, it's probably gonna be short. So you know, pre-market we're chopping upwards, and we can see right here, right, off market open. We try to break higher. This is gonna be a little bit easier to see on the 15-minute and 1 hour. I was already bearish because if we were gonna push higher, we would have pushed higher in my eyes, right? So like anytime we're gonna push somewhere, we're usually, unless like there's high resistance liquidity, which I just didn't see there being high resistance here, especially with market open. When market open is going to trend in a certain direction, if it's gonna go that way, it's gonna go that way off rip. You know what I mean? So when we try to push higher and we just halt, and ES also looked, I think ES looked a little bit better for it. Yeah, no, you can see market open. We had one good candle, immediately 2 minute down close. You know what I mean? If we're gonna push, we're gonna push. So let's go back to NQ. Whoops. And so once we got this flip, which I'll admit, I was in this long. I entered once we wicked down here. We got strong reaction. I wanted to see longs, for a second, because I was like, okay, we might actually push. But once we failed, I immediately closed that trade. Um, Once we came down here, I'll show you guys. It's a little bit easier to see because I was on the 15-second chart. So I'm actually gonna switch screens here. Here we are. Okay, here's the 15-second and what I took. So right here on ES, right? ES starts breaking lower. We come up. There's like a 1 minute gap right here on ES that we tap into. I'll just do a little highlight. So then we get this big displacement. We tap that gap, immediately start displacing. Right when we start displacing here, that is when this candle had just closed, and we had a finished auction on a footprint that I was using for my friend. I don't use footprint charts myself, but I know how to use them. So I was looking at his, and I saw this have a finished auction down here. And so that is when I took my entry. Stops at the high because I really didn't want to see us retrace. I just wanted to see us dump. And my take profit, I'm going to go back over to MNQ. My take profit was just, it was an hourly gap, as we can see right here. We had an hourly gap right here, which was my take profit. I should probably mark that. Boom. Hourly take profit, right? Not too much thinking into this trade. We just, we took out these highs, failed to break higher. If we were gonna push, we would have pushed. So it was obvious shorts just because of how overextended we were. Like we can see, we had this uptrend, not much pullbacks. Like we had this pullback right here, which you could have called good, but I wanted to see something a little bit more prominent, more to like equilibrium of the range, which is where I was gonna hold to. Unfortunate bad psychology on me though. I was looking for longs in this area, but then I was like, okay, I should just probably hop off the chart, so I locked out my account. Unfortunately, though, I was down. What was it? I was down 1K from Asia session, so I did. Even though I made 1.8K today, I only really made 800 in profit because of Asia session last night. Basically, I entered on NQ instead of MNQ, and I drew out my stop loss. I'm like, oh shoot, this is way too much. But I was confident in the trade, so I decided just to keep it instead of closing it and re-entering with the proper size. Of course, didn't play out, and yeah, took a fat loss. But yeah, no, the shorts today printed. I know a lot of people held down to, this is where it was going to be, down to here. Yeah, it was right there. So yeah, this would have been the trade, but unfortunately, we didn't hold to there. What else do I need to go over? Really nothing else. My thought process through the morning was pretty simple. If we fail to push higher, we're taking shorts, which is exactly what we did. We already had rejection at my level that I wanted to see, so I was like, okay, if we start just dumping, we'll just look for a continuation. If we fail to break higher, we'll also just take that trade too. So yeah, not every morning I'm top and bottom ticking, but I am still catching high risk reward trades, just tight stop losses and whatnot. And so yeah, calm little 1 to 5.7, maybe 1 to nope, yeah, 1 to 5.7, almost 1 to 6. Yeah, I think I was risking 445. But yeah, that's the trade recap for today. It's a little short. I need to get these more well organized. Just trying to get a video out there so I can get back into the groove of doing things. Back to posting on TikTok. So yeah, make sure y'all go follow the TikTok if y'all are coming just straight from YouTube. That's JM Trades. But yeah, y'all have a good one, and that is the trade of the day.